SAfm 104 to 107. We've been talking about zombies. We're hoping we've got her on the line. Carol Willis, the organizer of something called the Zombie Run. Carol, hello.
Good morning, Michelle. How are you?
Jeez, what a relief. I just had that second pause and I started to think, oh no, she's gone again. It would have been too awful for me. So, Carol, there's this thing. The zombies are truly, it's all fun and games until someone gets bitten, is what you're saying. What is the Zombie Run? How does it happen?
Well, it's a very popular concept abroad where they have huge events, and it's something I've watched for a little while and thought to myself, it's something we need to bring into South Africa. So it's an event I've been planning for about a year, and when I eventually did sort of launch it into the South African market, I had very little budget to work with, and it just took off with social media and the support of the public. The public at the moment are extremely interested in zombies. There's a huge fascination with it. There's movies coming out. There's books that people are reading and following. So as a pop culture, there's a big following. What a zombie run is it's usually a 5K run, a fun run, depending on the format that you follow. We went with the fun run format with a few simple obstacles. Runners will register to be sort of live human bait in the race. They wear 3 flags, which represent their lives, and they head out into the course, which is infested with pockets of zombies.
So who are the pockets of zombies?
Well, it's also participants that register who just want to get dressed up and take part in the game. It's almost like playing out a little bit of a story. It's a simulated apocalypse. So what these zombies do is they will then chase these runners or sort of attack them. They'll ambush them. They'll hijack them in the bush, and they'll rip off their flags. And the aim is to get through the course with 1 flag intact, because then you're still alive.
So Carol, if I want to go on the zombie run, I can choose. I make the decision before I get there if I'm going to be a runner or if I'm going to be a zombie. But if I'm going to be a zombie, obviously I have to dress up. I have to sort of wear the blood and the guts. I have to look like the living dead. I have to make myself up to look like the living dead. I will then chase after someone who's chosen to be a runner. And if I can grab them and pull them to the ground or whatever it's that I choose to do, I then get to take away one of their flags. And they've only got 3 flags.
Correct. They've got 3 lives.
So they've got 3 lives. They can get to the end. So when did you did your first one quite recently? Where did it happen and how did it go?
We found a lovely farm in Broederstroom called the Sora Farm. They actually did sponsor the venue for us, and it was on the 7th of July. It went off very successfully. We had 800 people showing up. The ratio there was about 600 runners and 200 zombies.
Okay.
The excitement level was amazing. It was absolutely awesome.
And how long is the run?
It's 5 kilometers. The farm that we used out in Broederstroom was very flat, so all fitness levels could have enjoyed it. Even those that sort of died in the first 500 meters still enjoyed the trail and the fun that was taking place out on the course.
So if you've got 600 runners and only 200 zombies, then there's a good chance that you could get through to the bitter end.
Oh yes. Quite a few of them made it to the end. Probably about 100 actually made it through with lives intact.
So give some tips to how someone should support or how one could get through past the zombies.
Well, one of the things is the zombies, because some of them are freshly turned, as the fans will say. They still have part of their functioning brain. They will actually ambush, and there's various ways you can get through. One is if you're in a team, and if some of your team members have already died, you can form a human shield around the ones that still have lives. It's a lot of fun. Another one is actually just to sprint wildly and try and get through them as fast as you can, confuse them, dodge past them. If you're agile and light on your feet, you can even sort of, really do a faking move where you can move one way and then dodge the other and get around them. There's lots of ways. The people who came out on the 7th of July really took it seriously. They got into the spirit of it. They had a lot of fun. We had zombies that were chasing runners for like 1 kilometer, actually chasing them to try and get that life. So it was a very brilliant event.
So, Carol, I understand that you actually do give the money, the entrance money for, how much is the entrance money? And I understand you give it to charity.
Correct. We've decided to keep this a non-profit event because of the media value and the interest in it. We've decided to actually capitalize on that to bring attention to certain environmental charities. So we do donate the money, and we use this as an awareness vehicle. So those 800 people that showed up on the 7th of July got to hear a lot about the EWT, their carnivore conservation program, where we gave 20,000 Rand. They also got to hear a lot about Freeney and how they could get involved with the rehabilitation centre in Paulsville. The public really did support the charity aspect. They brought donations. They arrived with items to donate, with cash to donate. They signed up as volunteers. So that was when we sat back and said, okay, well, we'll do this as a non-profit permanently going forward.
Finally, Carol, where's the next one going to happen, and when are we going to have one again in Joburg? Monique wants to be a zombie. I know Mr. K and Menzi are both saying that they're going to be runners. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to be a runner or a zombie. I'm not sure yet. When's it going to happen?
We've got one happening on